Hello and welcome to the Oliveboard platform. This session is dedicated as a solution, as a discussion to the recent live mock you must have given, right? So I am here to discuss the reasoning section with you. We'll not delve into a lot of details, but I'll be roughly explaining to you about the logics which are involved in the questions and how we need to proceed, right? So this is how the test appeared to you, right? I'll be starting on with the first reasoning question, which was question number 7. Now, question number 7 dealt with a simple counting based question. Okay. A simple counting based question. This question was put across and they had asked you how many triangles are there in the figure. Let me just okay. Now, if you clearly observe, this one becomes slightly typical because there are a lot of hidden triangles which you will have to visualize together. Okay. Let's break down the figure into parts, right? So if I break it down like this, let's say I look at this triangle first, which is vertically divided into 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. So I have 6 triangles from here. All right. Next, I move on to these little triangles here. So 1 here, 2 here, and 3 is the complete triangle here, this one. So this becomes 3 here. Now this type of figure, I'll be teaching you in subsequent classes as well, that this type of an incomplete square which is divided by 2 diagonals will always have 5 triangles. So we have that one here. Now you look at the complete figure, because once you are done with all these parts, you will have to look at the complete figure as the whole picture. And here we can analyze or observe that look at it this way. Okay, so we have this one triangle here, this one triangle here which is not counted, so we have 2 more. We have this whole triangle here in the middle which was not counted, so we have 1 more again. Then if you look at this carefully, we have a triangle here, this one which was not counted, and a triangle here. Okay, this was counted, so we have this one triangle here which was not counted. Then we have a triangle here which was not counted, this complete one, right? We have this large triangle which was not counted, right? So if you add on all these triangles, there are 3 more which we are missing. It is this one here. Okay, I have actually quite we are missing this lot for sure. This one, 1 and 3. So 23 becomes our correct answer. Okay. Visualize this carefully. This one will create a problem initially because you will have to break down the figure into parts, but luckily or unluckily rather, unfortunately, what will happen is when you break down the figure, usually how the question approaches is, if you break down the figure, you will have, let's say, a majority of the triangles you will be able to count in terms of the short tricks, and very few 1 or 2 triangles maybe you'll have to manually count, but here quite a few triangles are there manually. So 15 to 16 triangles easily you can count by formulae, and the remaining 7 triangles are individual triangles which you'll have to visualize, okay, once you combine the figure, right? Let's move on to the next reasoning question, which is the 9th question. So the 9th question is pretty simple. It is just asking you as to complete this to choose the odd one out. Now if you look at it closely, 15 square is 225 plus 5. So 15 square plus 5, this is 13 square, 169 plus 5. This is 11 square plus 5. So this is obviously the odd one out. This is 17 square plus 1. Option A becomes your right answer. Let's look at the next one quickly. The next reasoning question I believe is 10, 11, 9th, 10th, 11th. 10th one, a very simple case of embedded figures. You'll have to have a very close observation here, okay. A very close observation is going to give you the correct answer. If you see this line is missing in your main figure, so this is not embedded, okay. Similarly, you will find flaws in one part or the other everywhere, okay. But if you look at this aspect, See, this has these vertical lines which are missing here in the figure. So this is also not embedded. This is the perfect picture which is given in this one. So figure 4 becomes your correct answer. Figure 4 becomes your clear correct answer. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, simple analogy based question again. If we look at this question, 32 becomes 69 in the same way, what will 46 become? Now, this should immediately click to you that if I multiply 32 with 2, I get 64. And I am increasing 64 by 5, so I get 69. That is the first thing which should come to your mind. If you repeat that here, you multiply 46 by 2, you get 92. If you add 5 to 92, you get 97. But none of the options say that. You have an 87 here. The second thing which should then click you, this should be an order, guys. This is what I expect from all of you. 32 into 2 becomes 64. You are adding 5 because 3 plus 2 is 5. So 46 into 2 is 92, and then you will add the digits again. So that is 10. This becomes 102, which is your correct answer, option C. Got it? This might seem tricky, but it's absolutely direct. And the paper was actually pretty, I would not say challenging, but the time limit may create a problem. Next question is question number 13, which was from the reasoning section. It is asking you which exhibit the best relationship between history, science and physics. Now, for history, science and physics, a lot of students get into the overthinking mode wherein they assume that history is also like a science. Like we say mathematics is a science, other subjects are part of science. So they think that history is also like a science. No, that is not the case. In Venn diagrams, you will always consider these to be separate entities, right? Physics is completely part of a science, right? But history is separate. So option B becomes your correct answer here. Figure B becomes your correct answer here, which is there in option B only. Okay, let's look at the next question. The next question I believe is 21. Straight away 21. Pretty easy missing number based question. Right? Let's look at this one now. If you observe carefully, you have to add them in cross. If I add these two, I get 16. If I add these two, I get 8. And if I subtract these two, I get 8. Let's check it here. If I add these two, I get 10. If I add these two, I get 5. If I subtract these two, I'll get 5 again. And that is actually my correct answer, option B. Okay. Next question, 23. Easy order based question. How we can approach this is, we know that there are 5 people. Okay. If there are 5 people in the question, you will always set a scope for 5 people. So let me set a scope for 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it is saying M is richer than V. So I'll just write M above V somewhere. I'll say P is richer than C. P is richer than C. T is the richest. So we can fix him here. C is richer than M. So this is the case. Right? So P, C, M, V becomes the order. This is the least richest. This is the most richest. Now the question says if these 5 persons are made to sit in the increasing order of the richness, who will be seated in the middle? So C will be seated in the middle. Option C becomes your right answer. Option C becomes your right answer. Okay. Next. 25. Okay. Now simple observation based fillers. Okay. Nothing much here. Look at this carefully. Look at how you will observe and find your correct answer. Now we have N dash G Y. Okay. We have dash Y. So this is probably N. This is probably N here. So we have J N V G Y. This is something happening. J N. Then we have J N V G Y. Okay. Then we have J N V G Y. Okay. We have J N. Now after Y we have I. So I. J N V G Y. J N. So here we'll have I again. So most probably this is your answer, J V I N G I, and you have that in option A. Just put it and you'll get your reverse order, your repeat order, right? Mere observation will give you correct answers, quick correct answers in terms of fillers. You can check it out here. Option A is your right answer. Done? Next question. 26, analogy. Plant, horticulturist, animal, what? Now has to be a slight confusion, I'm very sure, between some students. I'll just tell you the meaning of all these things. When I say canophilist, however you want to pronounce it, it comes from the word cynophile. Cynophile stands for the person who loves dogs, right? So cynophilist is a person who will be involved with dogs. Okay, involved with means studies about, learns about, loves about, interacts about, talks about dogs. Now you relate this to animal, but this is specifically to dogs. This is not going to be a correct answer. Okay. When I talk about the other option, oinophilist talks about a person who is in love with wine. Nothing to do with animals. Algophilist is a person who derives pleasure from pain. Any sort of pain, pinching, pricking, little nervous tension, wherein the nerves are stressed a bit, that gives the person pleasure of some form. So algophilist will also be not be the right answer. Zoophilist will be the easy correct answer, right? So I'll just write it here, but it's useless because this will just go. Algophilist is pain. Okay, this is the one we are talking about for animals, right? Next question. We'll move on to the next one now. '27. Now look at this one. Vikas told his friend Soni. So Vikas is telling Soni. We'll start making the tree from Vikas. And his friend, so we know Vikas is for sure a man. Soni's sister's mother, Shushma, is the mother-in-law of his wife, Ela. So we have Vikas's wife, Ela. Her mother-in-law, Shushma, becomes Vikas's mother, Shushma. Okay. And that Soni's sister's mother, Sushma. Sushma is Soni's sister's mother. So if this is Soni, this is Soni's sister, Shushma is her mother. So Soni's sister is nobody but Vikas's sister also. This is the question basically. This is a tree. The question is asking you, how is Soni related to Vikas's son? So we have Vikas's son here. Now a lot of people end up marking aunt here because you read the question, you read the name Soni and you assume the gender, you associate the gender female with it. That is not necessary. We are not sure of the gender of this person. So the correct answer will be cannot be determined. It's a very common trap in blood relations, guys. You have to be very careful about this. Okay, next. So in the following equation, correct by interchanging two signs. The first approach which even I teach in my classes and a lot of students think about is that the division sign will help you, will guide you. So 14 divided by 49, you get 2 by 7. Now 2 by 7 is something which is not going to give you 20. So the first thought which comes into your mind is I should change my division. Okay. But if I change my division, neither is this giving me the correct answer nor is this going to give me a correct answer. You can check it verbally. If you change plus and divide. Okay. So this is also going to give you a fractional value and this is of no value addition here. Useless. Into and divide if you change. So division here happens. 24 divided by 12 is 2. But if you multiply 14 and 49, it becomes a very huge number and coming back to 20 is slightly impossible. So you have to reject these two options. Now you're left with plus and minus, plus and into. What you can do, the division can yield a fraction. The divisor can yield a fraction provided the denominator of the fraction gets cancelled with the next number if you have a multiplication sign in between. So most probably I am looking for a multiplication here. Okay, because 49 and 56 can get cancelled as well. For a multiplication here, I need to exchange it with a plus. So we'll check it with this one here. We are not straight away rejecting them. We'll just check this one first. So if I do that, I have 24 plus 12 minus 14 divided by 49 into 56. Let's see. So I divide 14 by 49, I get 2 by 7. I cancel 7 with 56, I get 8, 2 into 8 is 16. So I have 24 plus 12 minus 16. This gives me 36 minus 16 gives me 20, which is the correct answer. Hence option D becomes my correct answer. Let's quickly verify and move ahead. Done? Next. Some questions are quite easy. Medicine is related to, okay, again, look at this, very easy code. It is simply shuffling. ME is as it is. The next two letters are swapping. Next CI is as it is, the next two are swapping. So alternate letters are, alternate pairs of letters are swapping, right? So they're asking you fighters, so we'll have FIHG TESR, and this is TESR is in these two cases, and FIHG, option B becomes your correct answer. Simple observation is going to give you quick correct answers, guys. Now after 31 we straight away have 47, which is question number 47 for dice. So here we have the dice. They're asking you which one is facing B, or in the same way which one is opposite to B. It's one and the same thing. Don't get confused with the language of the question. Now here they're asking you with B. If you see commonly in these three figures, there is no direct relation anywhere. You can partly apply relations, get the other opposite ones and then get your answer. Or you can see that F is common in all three faces. So you can have F here and see what all faces are adjacent to F. So I can see an A with F, I can see a C with F, I can see a D and I can see an E. That's all in all these three faces. There is only one thing in the options which is not there, that is B. So for F, we have the opposite figure as B. Similarly, for B, we'll have the opposite figure as F. So option B is the right answer. Option B, F becomes the correct answer. Next, we have question number 52. Dictionary order. Just look at this quickly. Always by now I assume you must be knowing this, but still let me tell you guys that if you're approaching any order based question, always don't go with this order. Don't try to arrange it here. It's only going to take a lot of your time. Only go for this. Check for 6, 4, 2 and this is 4 again. Which one will be on the first position? 99% is 4 only because there are two options, but anyways, check between 6, 4 and 2. So between 6, 4 and 2 only, we have PAL, PLA, this is not going to be the first one. PALM, PALT. So this is 13, this is 20, this is going to be the first one. So we eliminate this, we eliminate this. Now 4 to 6 is as it is. Next one is between 3 and 1. Between 3 and 1, whichever will come first will give you your answer. So plasmid and platen, you know 19 and 20. Plasmid is going to come first. So option D becomes your correct answer. After 6, 1 will come first. Option D is your right answer. That's how quick you can get in these questions. Okay, the next one, 53. Odd one out. Odd letter pairs. This is an interesting question actually. When you closely observe, you might not get any logical sequence here wherein you are adding something and you are getting the next letter. But if you closely see, you will get 13 plus 7 becomes 20. So M plus G becomes basically T in terms of place value. 14 plus 5 becomes 19. Similarly, 2 plus 2 becomes 4. But this one does not follow the logic. So QHJ is your odd one out or the classified object. Done. Next. Missing number. Look at this one. Very common logic. Very common logic, guys. Now, a lot of you will start it as into 3 into 2. Then you get stuck here. So then you do into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 0 into 2 minus 4 into 2 minus 10. This again goes out of your hands. But it's a very common logic. This is 2 square minus 2. This is 3 square minus 3. This is 4 square minus 4. 5 square minus 5. This is 6 square minus 6. This one is going to be 7 square minus 7. 49 minus 7 is 42. Option A becomes your right answer. Done. Next. Arrange in the meaningful sequence. Again, order based question. Let's see. This one is actually very easy. If you look at the words interview, negotiation, application, employment, selection. Application has to come first always. You'll start with application. Now here you have this option. This is the correct order, but still check it quickly. Application, then interview, then selection, then negotiation and then employment. Option D becomes your right answer. Very easy question. Extremely easy. Okay. Next one is fillers again. This is not fillers, this is common observation based question again. Very easy letter series based. 2x, 3y, 4z, a. Now we start with y. Okay. So 2y, 3z, 4a, b. Now we start with z. 2z, 3a, 4b, c. So now we'll start with a. So we'll have 2a, 3b, 4c, d, which will become your correct answer, which I think is option C. Okay, next. 57. 57 is, oh, wonderful question. Look at this one. Not difficult. If you clearly see, you do 72 divided by 2 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Now you check 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 divided by 5, 0.6. 0.6 divided by 6 will give you 0.1 as your correct answer, which is option B. So you can get pretty fast with this. It's not a very big problem. But during the examination, the timer is what creates that stress in you. Also, questions from other subjects is what creates that additional pressure. So that is what you have to deal with. Letter series, we have 12, we have 14. Now here we have 21 and 26. So it's increasing by 4, increasing by 2. Definitely this one has to increase by something else, right? So we have 14 and 3 will give you the next answer. 14 and 3. This is increasing by 5, sorry. And this will increase by 4, right? So we have 14 plus 3, 17. So eliminate A and eliminate D. Now QK, don't check for the second one, check straight away for the third one. So 14, 16 and 20, 22. So it's increasing by 2 only. So 16 plus 2, 18 will be your right answer, which is R here. So option B becomes your correct answer. Letter series, no matter how difficult they try to make it, it can always be very easy. Always go on with the alternate version only, guys. Always go with corresponding letter series, okay? That is always going to help you. Statement, assumption, critical reasoning based. So here the statement says that sufficient practice matches should be provided to the visiting cricket team. Always remember, whenever we talk about assumptions, assumptions are what the author might have thought of while writing the statement, and it was so obvious that he did not mention it in the statement, assuming that the reader while reading will understand it automatically. That is what assumption stands for. So now you have to think, when you read the assumption, you have to think what the author might have thought out of these two to be true while he was writing this. He said sufficient practice matches should be provided to the visiting cricket team. That's all he has written. Could he have assumed that match practice gives a structure to the valuable training time of the cricketers? Yes, I think he could have said that. And could he have said that cricketers can boost their tactical and pressure dealing skills? Yes. Both of these can be implicit assumptions, because assuming this, he could have written this statement. So both assumptions implicit become your correct answer. This becomes a very challenging round, guys. I am very sure, I know that. A lot of students link assumptions in a very different way, and that is where the problem occurs. When you read assumptions, when you read critical reasoning, in fact, there is a fixed notion in your head that your assumption should match your statement, or your assumption should have keywords from the statement, or something related to your assumption must be said in the statement. That is never true in terms of assumption. May be true in terms of conclusions or inferences, not true in terms of assumptions. Whenever we talk of assumptions, that is never going to be mentioned in your statement. Assumptions, which is something at the back of the mind of the author, which while writing, he thought to be so obvious that he did not share it with you in the written format. Got it? Remember this, guys, it's only going to help you. Let's move on to the next question, that is 64th. 64 is again simple analogy based question. Look, I don't even have to lift the pen here. See, BDH, YWS. So B reverse letter Y, D reverse letter W, H reverse letter S. As simple as that. E reverse letter V. So we have only two options. The next one is A reverse letter Z. We have our option. Option B is the right answer. Okay. Next is 66. This one is interesting. This one is interesting. When I first put across this question to one of my students, he quickly managed to say M. And I was taken aback by the response which he gave me. He said, sir, A is made with 3 lines, I is made with 3 lines, and N is also made with 3 connecting lines, but M is made with 4 connecting lines. Could have been a logical explanation, but usually they don't go for vague explanations. They go for something which is more meaningful, right? And that meaningful thing here is that the mirror image of A is the same, mirror image of I is the same, mirror image of M is the same, but mirror image of N is different. Hence, this becomes the correct answer. Option D, N is your correct one. Now, I will not blame you here for this. Even if you end up marking the incorrect answer here, not a problem. A lot of us could have done this. Okay, because this does come to your mind. Let's move on to 72. Okay, interesting question, very interesting question. You can build your speed here also. See, the question is saying that in this given series, if all the numbers are dropped, so we'll be dropping the numbers, which of the following is the 7th term to the left of the third term from the right. So from the right you have to come 1, 2, 3 third term and then 7 more terms. So basically from the right you are coming to the 10th term. Okay. Now if I drop the numbers, just count how many letters and symbols are there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 letters or symbols left after removing the numbers. They want you the 10th from the right. So if I increase 13 by 1 and subtract 10 from it, the ranking formula, so I get 4th from the left. They are simply asking me 4th from the left only in terms of letters and symbols. So 1, 2, 3, 4, B becomes your correct answer. Can't get simpler than this. Then we have 77, which is the next reasoning question. Extremely easy, extremely simple, extremely direct. D is 12. So the first thing which clicks your mind is D is 4, 4 is 12, that is 3 times. Just check it here. So this is 175. 175 is 13. 13 into 3 is 39, perfectly matching. So we have JADE. So this is 10, 1, 4, 5. 4, 5, 9, 1, 10, 10, 20. 20 into 3 is 60. Option D becomes your right answer. A lot of questions may not even need you to pick your pen, guys. But you need to practice it this way. That is when it is going to help you. Now, mirror image. Extremely easy question. Just look at the figure clearly. You will get your answer. When you flip this, supposedly this is the figure. When I flip this, is going to go this way. So this one, this thing can become your observation factor, wherein this will come here and this part will get highlighted. Right? You can see that only in figure 2 and figure 4, not in anywhere else. And next, if you look at just diagonally attached square, that will be fully shaded. So only figure 2 is our answer, not figure 4. It's as simple as that. Immediate observation. 91. Pattern completion. Okay. Let's look at this carefully. This end one will give you, that's how things are going on. So we have an end, a rectangular end here, a little rectangle here on the top. This one will not go. We have 3 options with us. Next, if you see the lines here, so there is no common line. If you see, observe carefully, you have an extra line here. This is going till the end, and you have extra line here and here in the cross. This is also going in the end, right? So that becomes problematic. Right, your clear answer is figure number 1 only. This is the exact replica. This might take a bit of your time to observe, but not very difficult again. Let's move on to the next one, 92. Direction based question. Just quickly let's solve this. Sandhya started walking in the east direction from point C. So we have a point C. Sandhya started to walk in the east and she has walked 44 meters, right? Now she takes a right turn and walks for 51 meters. So she goes right and walks 51 meters. From here she takes a left and walks 28 meters. From here she takes a left and walks 28 meters. From here she takes a left again, walks for 63. So she goes for 51, she goes for 12 more. So she goes 63 meters again in the left hand side. Then she takes a right and walks 10 meters. So she goes 10 more meters here. And then she takes a right and goes 12 meters again. So she goes 12 meters again and she reaches here. This is the trajectory she has taken. Now they're asking you what is the distance between point X and point Z, right? Point X, no, they mean point C and point Z. Now if you observe carefully, these are going to be in the straight line, okay, because this was 51, this was 12, this is 12 coming down, so she's in the same line. So 44, 28 and 10 is going to be your answer. 28 and 10 is 38, 38 and 44 will give you 82 meters. Option A becomes your right answer. That is how it is. 95, the next reasoning question. So certain code language, Golden is coded as a very easy, very doable, but you may make an error if you go very quickly. See, G and O, same place values. L and D multiply by 2. And E and N multiply by 3. So same multiply by 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 3. That's how it's going on. So straight away check for Violet now. Violet, V and I same. So we have 22 and we have 9. All of them are the same. Next, O and L are double. So we have 15, we have 24. 15 and 24. So you eliminate option A. Sorry, my bad. We have 30 and we have 24. Okay, so you eliminate option B, option D. and the next two ENT will be 3 times. So we have 15 and we have 60. 15, 60, option A becomes your right answer. Okay, and the last question in this mock for the reasoning section, the 30th question, that is question number 96, but the 30th reasoning question, syllogism based question, absolutely easy. The figure might trick you a bit, but the question is absolutely easy. Look at this one. All tutors are teachers. All tutors are teachers. So we have tutors, we have teachers here. Now, all masters are guides. Okay, let's not make it here because it does not make sense or does not connect as of now. Some tutors are masters. So I'll say some tutors are masters. And now I can read all masters are guides. So I'll make it this way. That is the least possible representation, the minimum possible Venn diagram, wherein you are not assuming anything extra. No tutor is a guide. Can I say no tutor is a guide? No, some tutors are definitely guides. So this one becomes incorrect. Some teachers are guides. Yes, I can clearly see that pattern. So only 2 follows. Option B becomes my right answer. Right? So that was a quick, brief discussion of all the 30 questions in the recent live mock which you must have attempted. You can go through this and understand, definitely analyze and try to find out where exactly did you go wrong and what exactly happened, what was the thought process which you were following and how you can change it and make it more fast paced the next time. Don't worry about the score of your mocks. Mocks as of now at this stage are only for you to analyze where you're going wrong. They can act as identifiers and help you boost your scores. On that beautiful note, I'll end this video here. Thank you so much for watching us, guys. Stay tuned on the channel. Definitely hit the subscribe button and I'll be bringing on more such videos for you. So be with us. Thank you.